Hey, cousins. It's that time again. First of all, thank you for being here as always. Today's guest is very special. He is very interesting. He's eclectic. He's a model. He looks like Linda Evangelista. um, we getting here is very interesting. He was not my most favorite person just 4 years ago. And now he's here sitting with me. And I'm gonna get his description right because he sent me what he wanted me to say. So because I want to be accurate, right? What we're gonna be talking about today, y'all, though, is this. We're talking about being black and being gay and being in community with your family and just being in community in general, what that experience is like in general, what it has been like for both of us.
Mm.
But you probably wonder, who am I talking about? Who is this mystery man? So our next guest is an author, a playwright, a business owner, a life coach, spiritual guide. He is not a philanthropist,
I love the people.
a believer, and a self-proclaimed comedian, as you can see. Please help me welcome Coach Rob to the stage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So,
You are so
Rob,
funny. Listen, I didn't know that it was community in the family. I'm new to that.
okay. But before we get too far, Rob, tell the people where they can find you. Like, are you on Instagram, TikTok, the Instagramma, the X's of the world, also formerly known as Twitter?
When you said exes, I was like, what do they have to do with
With
this?
any of this.
Why are we bringing them up? Yes, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. What's the young people one? TikTok. Wow, I'm so old.
Whippersnappers.
I'm also on YouTube, guys. I'm on the YouTube. I think I have a
You think-
MySpace. I'm on
Not-
Tag. You can
not-
reach me on Tag.
Not Black Planet?
I am on Black Planet.
No, so what are your social media handles?
My handles are, I got a couple of them. So my personal Instagram is Coach Rob 1089. My business page, go follow the business page. Mimi's Cajun Cafe and Catering. And there are 2 underscores between cafe and catering. And then I don't think I know my TikTok. Ooh. I think just try Coach Rob 1089 for all of that stuff. Send me a message.
We'll just figure it out. And you all know where to find me. I am David Alexander. David Alexander, I am on all social media. That is YouTube, which I forgot to mention until today for some reason. But that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I have a Snapchat, but I don't use it because I see what y'all be doing on there.
Mhm.
And God is judging you.
Making money,
Making dreams.
using their assets.
But yes, David Alexander, I am everywhere. So like I said, today, I want to give the backstory about Rob and I. So I know this man from way back in the day in Chicago. And if y'all know anything, y'all know my Chicago days were my stomping grounds. That was 2014 to like what, 2020, 2021-ish, like life-changing experience, right? And I met Robert. He was married at the time. I had a huge crush on his husband. That has since completely faded. Love you though. And
So you have to refer to him properly because he's engaged to somebody else, my now ex-husband.
he was married at the time. I mean, at that time, you were married to someone else. Anyway, as I was saying, no, kidding. But Robert and I had met. Can't say we had like a close connection, but we knew who each other were to an extent, right? Fast forward, we're in 2021. He's the only person I know in Houston, so I reach out on some, hey, what is there to do in the city? He introduces me to a young man who we hang out, and for some reason he was convinced that I would sleep with. Well, technically, I guess I did. But then he also introduced me to my now ex, who I have nothing but love for. And during the time I was with my ex, Robert and I were at odds, if you will.
We were not at odds.
He was-
The people
let me-
around us were at odds.
How do I say this
because
nicely? You were a complete bitch. No, so there was just a lot of chaos in the time that we were cool, like we're around each other in a community together. But his now husband, known as Cedric with a K.
He might
He,
be Cookie on the podcast. You don't know.
Cookie, y'all know him in Houston. But he and I developed such a good friendship, and through that, we both separated from our partners at the same time. Robert and Cedric had separated, and Cedric and I were
Hoeing.
hating men. Actually, I wasn't hoeing yet. I didn't hoe until much later.
Oh.
But we were on our hate our exes kick at that time. So we just continued to grow and bond, and through that, somehow, somewhere, Robert proposed to him. He said yes. And I was like,
yes.
and I said, instead of being a trashy fucking friend and ending my friendship because I didn't like Robert, I was like, I'm gonna still be my friend's friend. I don't give a fuck who he chose as a life partner. And through that, Robert and I have had some very, very great conversations, which is why he's here today to continue to have another great conversation. He's become honestly one of my favorite people to talk to. I've always said that I thought we had a lot in common, that we would always probably get along. And lo and behold, I ain't always right, y'all, but I'm rarely wrong. So, Rob,
Ma'am.
most
of that was true.
What wasn't true?
That beginning part. I never met this lady ever in Chicago.
I sat on her couch.
I had a drinking problem in Chicago, so I never met him. He saw me, and we may have said hello. We never met. It never happened.
It never. No. So what I want to talk about though is I think we don't have enough conversations around what the experience is for being Black men and being gay and how we exist within the Black community and specifically our families, right? I think we see things, and I feel like even when we watch TV, it's always this very like painful experience. Like we hear about kids being thrown out on the street, their parents disown them, and that is true for some people. But that wasn't my experience. So I guess my first question to you, Rob, is what was your experience like growing up in like being gay? Like, did you always know you were gay? Was it something that you kind of grew into? And yeah.
Because it's such an interesting question. I think when I first like discovered that I was attracted to men, you know how that you used to have HBO late night and you be
Come on, Real Sex.
sneak watching, Real Sex and all them like sex shows, and I found myself like, something about him is appeasing.
Really doing it for me.
Is she cool or whatever? I mean, I'll do it if I have to. But yeah, so I had to be, and I was young, like 5 or 6 maybe.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I grew up fast. I been
Yeah, we know you fast.
I be telling my mama all the time, like, girl, I told her
How to
something the
tell
other day.
ass.
I told her something the other day. I was like, oh yeah, when I was 13, I was doing blah blah blah. I was already grown. She talked about something. No, you weren't. Oh, okay, girl, because you were 16 when you had me. So were you not grown?
No, she wasn't, nigga.
Oh well.
So when did you come out? Did you ever come out?
Oh yeah.
What was that like?
So it's twofold. So
Okay.
I came out at 14. And what happened? I was in a relationship with this girl. You'll probably get to meet her. She's coming down here for her birthday. All my exes love me. That means I'm a great person.
My exes love me too. I just don't fuck with them.
Well, because you're not a great person.
I'm an amazing human. No, I just don't see the point of. But we'll get into that later time.
Yeah, I was with her, and I didn't like. I have this thing like I don't like living in secrets and with lies and shit. That should be heavy. And I was like, okay, I need to tell her the truth. And I was like, I think I'm attracted to men. And she was like, oh, you're gay. And I was like, well, I think I'm bi. And so then it became this whole big old ordeal.
Every Black gay man has been bi for fake.
Well, don't get me wrong. I still like women today. I just don't. The emotional side of women, that's what I don't want to deal with.
You don't like women in that way.
I would definitely smash a woman. I asked Cedric already. I was like, "Can we bring in? Would you be okay with bringing in a woman?" And he was like,
"No."
No, he said no. He said he'll do a trans man though.
Because Cedric is gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. So you knew at 5. Mm-hmm. What you said you came out at 14. There's the 2 folds. What's the second part?
Yeah. So my family reacted fine. They were all like, whatever. And you know what's funny? My auntie just told me something when I went home from my family reunion. She gonna say some. She threw it in my mama's face, like she outed me to my mama and threw it in my mama's face, like, "Why you sitting up here judging me and my son? Your son is gay, and you the only person that don't know about it." And I was like, "Why would you say that to this lady?"
You judging me? Your son out here giving people the Gawk 3000. What you got to say now, huh?
So then, I remember telling my mama that, um, because I got caught up in losing my virginity to a girl, and then I got caught up in like being outed. And I think it's so long ago. I think my mama came into my room and was like, "What's this I hear about you
Liking boys.
being bisexual?" And she was like, "Well, I don't understand how you could be sexual anything if you're not having sex." And so I'm like,
Mama, I'm having sex.
It is right, and it is early in the morning. I gotta go to school.
Yes, come on.
So her reaction was absolutely terrible. It ruined our relationship for years. Because she said, just full transparency, my stepdad at the time was a crackhead, and so she said to me, "I would rather you be dealing with drugs than be dealing with this." And I was like,
Wow.
"Excuse me, bitch."
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
so in my true Libraist of ways, I was like became the ice queen, and we like butted heads all throughout high school. Like it was tumultuous, and so I think one thing that shifted though was when I went away to college,
mhm.
and we started to have conversations as adults. Because again, she's only 16 years older than me, so I was
Yeah,
like the
y'all
age
learned it
I am
together.
now was when she was dealing with all of this stuff,
Yeah,
and I
y'all
was like,
learn it together. I don't
yeah.
think that's something we talk about enough either. Like most of the women in my family had children young too, and it takes you a long time for people to realize like you're growing with your parent. Like when your
Mhm.
parents have you at 14, 15, 16, even 17, you are growing with your parents.
I
Outside
would have drowned me if I had a 18-year-old who acted like me when I this age that my mama was. I would have probably murdered me.
well, I was number 6 in the line of my mom's 7, so
That's
she had some
wild.
time.
Okay.
Oh, she had some time. No, but
Oh yeah, so this is a totally different dynamic too because I'm the guinea pig baby because I'm the oldest.
I say that all the time. I always say the oldest is a pig baby. Um, but for me, I didn't have an attraction to men or women. I feel like, and I think I said I'll probably be an echo chamber of myself in many episodes in this explanation. But yeah, I didn't identify with a sexual orientation or any idea of being sexually attracted to anybody. Maybe because of things that happened when I was a kid, like my way of coping was to shut down and
Mhm.
just kind of shut it all out, which will lead me to asking you another question a little later about you becoming the ice queen. Um, but for me, like my experience was just that. Like my first time having sex, I was like, I literally my first time choosing to have sex, I'll say it that way. Um,
Because whole nother episode.
right. On today's episode of Power Rangers. No, I just decided I wanted to have sex because I didn't want to go to college a virgin.
Okay.
Legit, people think I'm
Okay. No, I was gonna say something. I was gonna judge you.
judge me.
Uh,
It
I
was
did already,
it
but
was a weird thing to be like
yeah,
I'm gonna have, and I had sex with me and my friends.
yeah.
Okay,
Or you lost your virginity in an orgy.
well, not an orgy, but there was a situation in
He
college.
said, "I'm gonna go big."
There was a situation in high school. Me and my cousin had our own apartment. Well, I lived with my cousin. She had an apartment. I moved into her second bedroom, was paying rent and shit, right? And there was this girl, mind you. I consider myself to be a bit of a square and always have been, which is fine. Um, some people have a different opinion, but there was this girl that I had
No,
never
they don't.
seen. Shut up. There's this girl that I had never seen, a Hispanic chick that I've never seen, right? In the entire, like I've never seen this girl at school. Shut the fuck up. No, so we are at prom,
Mhm.
and I don't somewhere at the like on at prom, me and my homies randomly meet this girl. Me, Pinky, and Brendan randomly meet this girl,
Mhm.
and we are like, she seems extra happy to be around us right now. Like, what's up? And we ultimately, she was like, y'all going to the after party for prom? It was like, yeah, it was at the school. So like, yeah, bitch, we going. I was like, yeah, I was like, you need a ride or something? Because my sister let me use her car. So, back in high school, getting her to use the car, that was it. We
So
out.
you lost your virginity to a girl?
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
I low key thought I was gonna smash my prom date. I was already out.
I never. So my prom date and I are still really good friends. Michelle, love you,
We're
girl.
still really good Facebook friends.
No, I
Like,
love
crazy.
Michelle.
Even though she you know she dropped the ball. I was prom king, and then she was.
She dropped the ball. You're an idiot. No, so yeah, I ended up taking her home to go like change clothes for the after prom. And on the way back to the school, it just kinda got crazy in the car to start.
Mm.
I
You lost
pull
your virginity in a car too?
No, 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 no.
Oh.
I didn't do anything until later. But I'm laughing now in hindsight because when you're a kid, right, you do
What are you
crazy
doing?
shit. But I still say today, my homie is the reason like things always went left with this girl. It's like 2 or 3 times where we had moments with this girl, and I feel like he was always like I thought I was a cornball, and then I realized it was really him. Gee, if you ever see this, you are a cornball, and I still love you. If you know who you are, you know which one you are. I've named names, okay? But so we in the car, right? And somehow me and Pinky, my nigga, that's my ace, right? We like, oh, she going. So we like pull your
Where you at? You in
we're,
Rockford?
we're
At
in
this
Rockford, Illinois.
Ugh.
I'm like,
I
we
mean,
we basically like
sorry.
pull them out. Pull them out, take them out the shirt. She do it and the homie in the back, like, oh my God, she pulled him out. We like, we ain't
The
gonna never get
cornball?
we ain't gonna never we ain't gonna get nothing messing with him.
The cornball?
Yes.
Oh,
He excited. We like, we ain't gonna never get done messing with him. So the night goes on, we end up not doing nothing, right? But I ended up inviting her over for senior skip day. And she was basically down to let the team go.
Oh, you started with a train. Like you ran a train on a
We
young
let
lady, someone's daughter.
we let my girl V, my homegirl V was starting to get the action happening. And because I was like, you a lesbian. Like, I don't think you want to go in there after us. So you go ahead and start.
So you had a bisexual orgy first time.
So I did all of this because I didn't want to go to college a virgin. I was like, it's here, the opportunity's here. And then my first time having sex with a guy, it was the only gay dude I knew in school. And to be completely honest, it was probably one of the most forgettable experiences I've ever had.
I'm so sorry, whoever you are.
I'm
if
not.
You see this. You were young. You shouldn't have been doing it no way.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Maybe you've gotten better.
I won't. It wouldn't.
You
It
know
was
what
so
I was thinking
forgettable
about?
because he. This is why I tell people: don't overhype yourself if you can't.
Oh, he overpromised and underdelivered.
He overpromised, and because he was like he made this like he did this whole thing like he didn't want to bottom because of like sexual trauma and all this other mess, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, right?
That's not a real thing.
It is a real thing. Do I think it's a real thing for him? No.
Mm.
Do I think that he just used whatever he could to be manipulative? Mind you, I go ahead and like, cool, let's try it. As a person who's had a lot of sex since then, we didn't have sex. That man got close to me and lost it.
Very Noah's Ark.
But we didn't become friends afterwards.
What was interesting though was when you like at the beginning of your story, you were saying I wasn't sexually attracted to, and I think I said sexually attracted to as well. And I think when we think of it now as adults, in terms of as a 5 and 6 year old, I shouldn't be sexually attracted to anybody. Like I should be living my life. But I think that'll be a good episode to talk about where that stems from.
Or no, that's
even
part
I
of this
think
episode,
about
right? Because that brings me to. I'll come back to the Ice Queen thing if I can get back to it. But that makes me
you should
think.
Also plug like the song. I am Regine.
I will not. Anyway, no, you. That's a great segue though, right?
Yeah,
you're at 5, right? So
but I remember even like situations, and you know I'd be blocking a lot of this shit out because it's irrelevant to me. But I remember fingering girls like in the backseat of my mama's van when she would like be the carpool.
Yeah.
Like just doing little dumb shit, or like being in a circle of dudes, we pulling out our dicks and fingering the girls in the garage.
Okay, the language is crazy.
Oh, so I asked. And he told me it was a safe space.
He did. I did.
Set me off.
No, I'm kidding. No. But so let me say this, and ask this and make it a little bit more specific. So when you
don't have to sugarcoat it.
No. I'm trying to make sure I get what I want, right? Okay. So at some point you talk to your mom about things that happened to you as a kid. Yes?
Being molested?
Yes.
Yeah, when I moved to Houston at 30.
Okay, well, we're going to take a step back then. We're going to go back to when you came out, we talked about your mom's reaction was horrible. It altered your relationship for a while.
Mhm.
How was it with your siblings? Because how many siblings do you have?
How many siblings
How many
do
do
I
you count?
have, or how many? No, I count them all. I
Oh,
love
because
them
I
all
don't count them
equally.
all.
But how many do I have, or how many did I grow up with?
Yes.
Okay, so I have, uh, including me, it's 17 of us. So I have 16 siblings, and then how many did I grow
Okay,
up
cut it,
with?
cut it. Too many.
I it,
No, Papa.
listen,
Listen.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Men of that
But
generation.
they, I only grew up with my 3 sisters
Okay.
and our stepbrother who was like in and out of childhood.
Okay.
But just my 3 sisters, and the age gap between us is 5 years, 7 years, 10 years.
So
I didn't really. I love them as adults, but I keep telling me and Cedric when we have our conversations, I'm like, I don't know any of these people. Like they're women
ooh.
and moms, and they have their whole. My therapist had to help me, like, because I used to be angry with my family for a long time. That's why when I said community, I'm like, it took me a long time to even realize that, one, I love them. Two, that their love for me I'm taking for granted.
I feel like Jada Pinkett right now.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, but then my therapist was like, "You have to," because I would judge them harshly. So I used to always say openly, like, I have an ambivalent relationship with my family. Like, I love them because it feels like, or I'm, in my belief, you're supposed to love your family.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love them for that. But as far as loving them as individuals, I'm still on a journey of like unpacking and getting to know them and see them. But I do love them. I don't hate them anymore. They just weren't living up to what I felt like they should be living up to. Like,
What did you think they should be living up to?
out here making us rich. The fuck? There are 5 women before me.
This is not about love. It's about marriage.
What's wrong with you people? Y'all out here fucking anyway. Get the money, bitches. Like, sorry, mommy, auntie, and grandma. I'm not calling y'all bitches.
No, you are fucking crazy. No, so I have 8 siblings. There's 9 of us. Nick, you just said 16. Shut up. And I grew up with
And I
all
said
of
I'm
my
the oldest too.
right.
So.
I grew up with all of them. I grew up in different ways with all my siblings. My past is a little complicated with the foster care and of it all and stuff.
Mhm.
But ultimately, I know my siblings. I feel like even as adults, I know who they are. In my coming out story was actually kind of tragic because I was outed. So my eldest sister, Melinda, and please send no hate to her. Every time I tell the story, somebody at the end of it like, I don't like her, but I love my sister. Okay, she was my care provider. She was my caretaker for a very long time, a very big portion of my teenage years.
There's a lot of years between y'all.
Yeah, Melinda. I'm 35. Melinda will be what 48 this year. Yeah, she'll be 48 this year.
Yo, mama.
Yeah, right, right. And that was a weird thing that happened in the. I'm gonna come back to it. Is like there was a part in which I think that my idea of family was messed up because at one point I had a better comfort of viewing my sister as my mother than my actual mother because my mother wasn't. She was kind of inconsistent in my life. But which also probably is why I was so hurt when Melinda did what she did when she outed me. I don't think I cared about her outing me. I think I cared about the way that she did it ultimately.
The betrayal behind it.
Because there was never a conversation with me. She never called and said, "Hey, how you doing, little bro? How, like, what's going on? Do you want to talk about it?" She took some information.
Oh, right. We did talk.
Yeah. I went and got my first HIV test when I was in college. Because this dude I was messing with, come to find out, he was screwing everybody. So I was just scared. I was nervous. I was ignorant. I didn't know anything about sexual health. So I went and got tested, right? Which was the smartest thing to do. In the fear of that moment, I'm texting my friend, who's my cousin, should I say. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Like, I just found out that Mike, has been with this person, that person, and I don't really know. And like, I know we use protection, but I'm still just like, I don't know, right? Somehow between me having that conversation via text and about a week following that conversation, I didn't even know my sister had outed me until my uncle called me.
What you say?
So my uncle was
a sucking dick boy.
No, so my mom's side of the family is very, very like proper in the astute. I was gonna use the same word. I didn't know if that was correct.
That's why I got on matching pants. You look up to me.
Sure. So he was estranged from my family, so he has no connection. Like he has like very minimal connection to my family at the time. So disconnected to the point that he called me privately because he did not want me to have his phone number. Like that's how far removed he was. And he's my uncle. He's gay. He lives in Chicago. I love my Uncle Bobby. We have such a great relationship.
The uncle that.
Yeah, like
the gay way cut all them niggas off.
Yeah. Right. And he called me and was like, I had like heard rumblings and stuff, but he called and confirmed it. And I don't think anybody knows that that's how I found out. But he called. It was like, how are you? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Who is this? Because I've never heard my uncle's voice.
This your mama brother?
Yeah.
Oh.
Her oldest brother.
Oh wow.
And he was like, I heard what Melinda did. It's just awful. And that's exactly why I separated myself. And I was like, oh, this is my uncle. He's like, oh, this is your Uncle Robert. He didn't even say Uncle Bobby.
I know you looked up to me.
Shut up.
It's making so much more sense.
He like, this is your Uncle Robert. And he like had a conversation with me. And he like, do you need anything? I was like, no, I think I'm okay. Blah, blah, blah. Like, and it was my first time having a conversation with him. And that's how I found out. And then my sister Danisha and I talked. And I was like, so Melinda did what? She picked up the phone and called several members of my family to say that David was gay. And very few people actually reached out to say anything to me. I am grateful to my sister Danielle. So some people in my family, we've have very strange relationships, and they're like, I don't know when you and Danielle became so close. And I was like, Danielle has always been my ace, low key. So when I was outed and I finally told her,
You have favorites? Like y'all have cliques and favorites in that many siblings?
Because my mom,
I really grew up like an only child, honestly.
My mom and dad had 5 together, so I think the 5 of us were really close. And then it's Melinda and Little Man, who were my mom's oldest from a different father. And there's a 5-year age gap between Little Man and Danielle. And then Danielle became like the second oldest child, became a 4th parent because she was responsible for the 5 youngest. Because by the time Little Man and Melinda was doing shit, like Danielle, by the time she was of age, they were out the house. But no, yeah, she picked up the phone and called every family member and told them David was gay.
What do you feel like that moment, like that experience was supposed to, now in your present day, what do you feel like you were supposed to get from that?
First of all, this is my show. No, it's a great question though. I think for me, what it did, I think it was, I'm trying to find a more elegant way to say it, but I'll say it this way.
You can say a hood booger.
No. But you know when they say, like, my mom used to say they threw dirt on Jesus Christ and he still died for their sins. Right? I think about that term in association to me. No, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus, so don't go that far. But I was like, I think the person I'm supposed to be in the life that I'm supposed to live, in the way I'm supposed to be, I had to learn the skill of being able to compartmentalize and separate sometimes people's actions and intentions from who they really are, and figure out how do I want to navigate those spaces, right? Because I do see myself as someone who is meant to be seen and known, and what comes with that, you come with people doing what she did at a larger scale, like
drag you in them comments.
Listen, and they will, and I have had those moments, and I feel like I've had a lot of it. I say all the time, I wasn't bullied growing up, but then my family is where I feel like I got bullied. Like, I didn't get bullied at school.
I got bullied until, like, 6th grade or 7th grade, and then I was like, but when I say bullied, I mean, like
people my family made fun of me a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't, like, getting shoved in lockers and and shit.
Goodness, no. The way my family is,
But from what I hear of people who know me as a child is, maybe it wasn't bullying. Maybe I just said something slick and somebody responded.
You know what, you brought it back, because I was going to ask you about the ice cream thing. Do you think that some of the ways that your mother and family reacted to parts of your life, whether it's queerness or anything else, played a part in you continue to be a little cold and rigid in that way? Because I can even say when I started developing a relationship with you was when I was with my ex, and I feel like you were really guarded then.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Do you not? The Great Wall of China ain't got shit on me.
Okay. No, like, do you think that the experiences you had with your family helped shape that, like, help create that wall of ice that you kept there for so long?
I think it absolutely had a
Okay.
huge role. But I think it put me in a space of being like constantly living in survival and always feeling like it's me and me. Even though I stayed with a partner, like
Yeah.
male, female, I always was connected to somebody else, but it was always me, which is why, like, if you ask some previous people who dated me back in the day, yeah, I'd say some real, like, and be ready to fight. Like, we can tussle if we, if you want to fight. I'm with that too. Like, but yeah, it stemmed from them. But I also think it was not just what was said to me because that was, everybody else, like well, I didn't say, but everybody else's reaction was fine. Nobody
Yeah.
else tripped. My dad, all my dads were like, okay. And then my biological dad was like, oh, you told the people at school, do you need to come live with me? And I was like,
Their
even
support.
as a kid though, I was like, absolutely not. We going
But I
because
think it's
my
something.
dad's a Libra too.
But I think there's something different when it's our moms, right?
Yeah. It definitely. I don't feel like her saying that to me caused me to like lash out at other people. I just became cold with her. But as far as everybody else, it was just like, okay, well, if I ain't got my mama in my corner, I know you niggas don't love me more than she do. Like,
Yo, like,
so
don't jump at
you
me.
tearing these people shit up.
Shut up. No, because I'm getting excited because this is one of the moments I said this to Jeremy and other people. It's always interesting to me when I start hearing more people's stories and the similarities that we have as people, right? Because for me, my family overall was fine. My mom ultimately was fine, right?
My aunties make jokes all the time, like you dressed up in Christina's gown. Christina's my favorite cousin on my mom's side. In the lineage order is she's right before
Yeah.
me. So they were like, you were playing. You taught her how to walk in her little heels.
Listen,
So they was like, we knew.
she is a diva.
Was
Okay.
tipping, been tipping,
Tip on horrible floors. Okay, 10 across the board. Oh, you so gay. No, but I what you just said specifically, like my self identity.
Mhm.
I didn't realize till my mother died was a lot of it was based in her and what
Mhm.
she wanted and what she desired and who she wanted me to be to an extent, while still trying to find my own space and footing. Right, where it's funny because I say all the time, like when I met you, I was also in a really interesting space of like being guarded, and not even just guarded. I think I was so emotionally wounded
Yeah.
in a way that I didn't even have words or understanding of at the time.
And I said that behind. I ain't said it to you because girl, fuck you in your face.
Yeah, you
but
were a complete bet.
but behind your back, I was like, he seems like he's cool, but where he is and where I am spiritually, like he in his chaos energy, I'm in my chaos energy, and it'll be chaos if
And it was.
we connect too much. Like, so she could just stay over there. She got some shit she need to deal with. And I'm not in a place to
Yeah,
like
you're like, and I
have a
got the space for that.
conversation
Yeah,
and be trying to help you through stuff because you
I,
catch daggers and then you probably would have been defensive and it just would have created a whole bunch of unnecessary shit. So it was easier to just be like, she cool. That's my friend, nigga.
and,
He gonna
and
be at the brunch.
in a way, I will say this to tackle that and then come back to the family thing. I do think that those things, in the face of what we do publicly,
Hmm.
I don't think sometimes doesn't hold nearly as much weight. It holds more weight sometimes than things we do privately, right? I
Oh
think,
yeah.
like, 'cause I think about our families, right? To bring it back to that,
Hmm.
in private, there are certain things that my family would do that I was like, okay, we cool, right? But then be certain things like, bitch, why are you trying to embarrass me
Hmm.
in other spaces?
That's what our book was about yesterday.
What?
Cedric and I read. We're reading Together with Christ, or no. Yeah, Together with Christ, a dating book. It's a 52-week devotional that we read once
Okay,
a week. And yesterday it talked about that. Like nobody likes being humiliated. No, there's not a person walking the earth who's like,
embarrass me.
yeah,
Well,
embarrass me, right?
there are people who have a sexual kink for that. That it is a thing. Too much, too fast.
No, the depravity just has to stop. Y'all pray works. It really does. I promise.
It didn't work when I asked not to be gay.
Because that wasn't.
No,
So
because
I have a very interesting
because
take
I
on
don't
that
think
though.
God makes mistakes. I do believe that. I don't think God has made a mistake with me being attracted to men in any way, shape, or form. I feel like God is love, and anything that is done in love is of God.
What I've come to like, because I prayed that the Lord just take it away. Been there, did all that stuff,
Now
and it
look
don't
at you.
happen.
Now
But
look at you. Oh,
but
so you doing a bending?
um, I just consider it like to be the thorn that God wouldn't remove from Peter's side, because nobody in their right mind says, I want to be gay. I want to risk getting bullied. I want to risk my life. I want to
But
risk
that,
not being able to go to certain spaces. Being gay comes with, like, somebody told me, a straight person told me one time that it was easy to be gay. I said, are you fucking crazy, my nigga? Like,
I was
what?
about to be real vulgar.
To
Like
be black and gay
it's easy
in
to be gay.
America?
You
Like,
you take it if you know what I'm talking about.
first of all, I mean, and it's painful, in the
Okay.
beginning, but
Talking about it's easy to be gay.
but I was talking about just all the other shit that comes with it. It's like, no, this ain't easy.
but
We get backlash from black people for being, not what they want us to be. We
yeah,
get backlash from white people for being
black.
black and being gay sometimes. So it's like we get it from women who like, oh, you just want to be a woman. What? Who told you that? So I'm like, nah, this shit ain't easy. So when we pray, God was like, nah, this.
Yeah,
If it's love, we operate under the rainbow, and we be saying like, let love is love. Okay, well then really show that, and not, I guess, episode for another day. The whole hypersexualization of the gay community is like, y'all know that we do more than just fuck on each other, right? Like,
yeah. But
we
here's
work.
the thing: the women in my life are more sexually active than the men that I know. Women
Oh,
are,
you come from a lineage of hoes too.
and I'm not
Again,
even talking
no
about my sisters. I'm
disrespect,
talking about just women in general. Like,
y'all.
I have a homegirl, and I ain't gonna say her name, but one of my homegirls verbatim. She like, I've never been faithful to any man I've ever been with.
Mm.
Never. I was like, never. She's like, no, never. She like, why? And I love that for her. But to bring it back to like just kind of like family dynamics, my mom and I,
So, what was your mom's reaction? Because your sister outed you, but what was your
my
mom's
mom,
reaction?
so the two reactions that hurt me the most were my mom and my grandfather.
Mm.
So my grandfather was the most consistent man in my life.
Mhm.
Like, he is the reason I know my family.
I'm
Because
thankful that my grandfather was dead when I came out.
so to the brief moment is my grandfather, me being in foster care, I was with a family in a different. This is the story I was told. I was taken away from my mother immediately because I was more with drugs in my system. I'm a crack baby, right?
Oh, I know. I made jokes.
I make jokes. You know what I'm saying? I thank her for the superhuman crackhead strength all the time, still to date. But so I was taken away from home, but like about 6 months later, like my grandfather, he's like, "Where the fuck the baby at?" And my mom had to break down, telling them that they had taken me, and my grandmother, his wife, who's not even my biological grandmother, told her, she like, "Jerry, go get the baby, like get him home, like he can't be out in the world, just gone." So those two are responsible for why I even know my family at all. So they're the part of me that always wanted to make him proud. So when my aunt was like, "Well, Daddy just said, the water's tainted now," and it crushed me. Like,
Wait, what?
the water's tainted. You can't clean it up anymore. You can't clean it up again. It's dirty now. I'm from a very religious family.
Well, I was just like, what the fuck does that? That's some southern
Yeah,
country
I'm like,
ass
but
shit.
it basically means like the damage is done. You can't repair it, and it made me feel like I was broken, like I was wrong for existing. Wow.
Did you and him ever talk about it?
No, we just kind of moved through it. Like, he eventually got to a space where we just existed.
You want me to call him for you?
No, we good. Me and Jerry good. But that reaction really hurt my feelings. I cried about it a lot in college. Obviously, I'm realizing now that it still affects me when I think about it. Like, it really hurt me. And then my mom was just really stoic. It's like she shut down on me for like a year. And I'm a mama's boy. So like, me and my mom has always been my favorite person. Like, always. My mama could do no wrong. And so when she just kind of like didn't talk to me, I didn't know what to do. So I'm just like,
I wish my mama wouldn't have talked to me. Shit, we could have switched.
yeah, but
my mama wanted to talk too much.
And I think I would have wanted my mom. I wish my mom would have talked to me at the time. And I'm grateful that the journey that we went on before she passed, because she became my favorite person all over again. She became my favorite person for a very different reason, not just because she was my mom, but because I've got to know who she was as a person.
I love that.
And my mom was one of my biggest fans.
Mm. For your drag career?
Yes. No, just in general, like I was an extra on Empire like in 2014 or something. And my mom was going around telling the entire
Y'all
church.
gotta watch this episode. My baby
Maybe
gonna be on
TV.
TV. My baby on TV.
And
Pause it right there.
And then when we got to the space of me talking to her about dating and dating men,
mm-hmm.
Baby, you would have thought that me and my mom never skipped a beat because we just got to it. So that's why I say like my experience being gay wasn't like super traumatic. Like I had some moments because I'm from a very religious family, but ultimately my mom
was dousing me with holy oil while I was
baby.
asleep.
Here's the thing.
My cousin told me, my Christina was like, you know, your mama came in here last night and prayed over you. I said, girl,
let that lady pray over you. You don't know what demon she done kept from you.
It kept me. It kept me because I used to do
crazy.
Once me and her like was butting heads, and I was like, I really felt like I ain't had nothing to lose on top of being just young and stupid and underdeveloped brain. Like I used to be racing her minivan, doing 110 miles per hour, like. All of my like older like Alex and Tony and them used to hate riding with me because in my mind I was grown when I was in high school. So once I could drive and I was working and shit, like I show up to school late as hell. I set my schedule up where like my first period was show choir and then my next period was like drama or some shit. And I'm like, you need me, a gay man, to be dramatic. Honey, I'm getting Dunkin' Donuts this morning. I'll arrive to this building at 10.
Okay, y'all. Speaking of drama. Y'all, this man, I want y'all to know we are in Houston.
What I do?
Okay.
Today?
It is 185 degrees in Houston. This man walked up with a pea coat and a scarf looking like Mama Joyce on her way to see the lawyer to ask about Phaedra.
I was told that there would be hair and makeup. My contract also stated compensation.
The child is lying.
The child mentioned a check.
I didn't. Okay.
Fine.
No, crazy. But no, I get it. And so I'll say this, and then I'm going to ask you a question. My relationship with my mom legit was one of my favorite things. It's one of the things like when I was out in the streets acting crazy as an adult, I know my mama had to know. I called that woman at 3:00 in the morning one time to talk to like 6 different little black boys who are gay, who were struggling with their relationship with their parents. I was like, Mama, they don't think I really talk to you like this.
Oh my goodness. I
was like, Mama, they don't think I really talk to you like this. Like, girl, let these people know. I was like, is anybody? I was like, Mama, I ain't dating none of them.
Oh.
I was like, I ain't dating none of these boys. I was like, somebody here fine, but I ain't on that. It's like, okay. She's like, what's going on? I was like, no, they just struggling because like they want to have the relationship that I have with you with their parents. And I was like, I'm not a parent, so I can't speak to that side of it. I can just say like, I don't know how we got there. And then there was a moment that I do realize how we got there, but. She was like, okay, well, she's like, baby, what's going on? And she just started talking to these boys. And I would do this to my mama at least twice a month.
I don't know. I think because I was in Iowa, it wasn't as frequent, but I've had multiple people.
I was living in Chicago.
Like admiring me and my mom's relationship. And I'd be like, whenever people say, I want what y'all got or I wish I had that. And it's like, you don't know what the backstory is. Me and this lady warred for 4 years. Then when I turned 18 in October, and I still had the whole rest of my senior year.
Yeah.
I got a tattoo. I got my eyebrow pierced. I got my tongue pierced. I got my belly button pierced. My nipples pierced. I just wilded out, and it wasn't nothing she could say or do. Well, she could have. I mean, obviously,
still lived at her house.
Yeah. And then I just like started pushing the envelope, like doing all type of shit. Like then I started wearing heels to school and doing long, crazy braids and shit. And I was just because this what you mad about? You mad because I like it, baby? She did not buy my senior pictures. Me and my auntie was just laughing about it because I had
a dress.
No, I wasn't in a dress. I had on boy clothes, but I had my face was beat, and I had some the pictures was cute. Right? My dad got the proofs. I'm gonna get them from him, but I don't know why he ain't bad, but he just kept the proofs, and she was like, "I'm not paying for this. I have a son." Okay, girl. Well, whatever. But when I moved out of her house and went away to college, that's when we had the moment. I still saw her as mommy, so I just am getting to learn her as a woman and like acknowledging her like, oh my God, you have emotions and feelings and things you go through as a person.
You-
Who knew? You've been my mommy this whole time. What
because
is
our
wrong with you?
parents, and I had this a similar conversation with my mom. Our parents, for some reason, feel like they have to shut those parts of themselves off, especially Black women.
Mm.
Um,
Well, I don't know. I think my people. I come from a big sharer group.
my family too. Like my family's super intimate.
Some
Like
stuff you could keep to yourself. I didn't need to know
but I'm
that.
saying, like my family, we are the same way. Like myself and my siblings,
Mhm.
and even my dad. My dad was very emotionally open. My mom wasn't though. My mom was like, I got to take care of. Like my mom was essentially the breadwinner of my family. So my mom was like, I got to take care of this family. So it was almost like and we talked about it, she like, I didn't have the time and space to break down.
Mm.
And when she did break down, she went to drugs. But like she's like, I didn't have the space to break down.
Yeah, because
She like, I'm taking care of 7 kids and my ain't shit ass husband.
It's a lot of kids.
Yeah, like in no shade, I love my dad. My dad is an awful husband. He was an awful, awful, awful husband.
Your
Right?
parents were married the whole time? Like,
No, they were married
Or they
for
transitioned?
13 years. No, they weren't. So technically, on paper, to my knowledge, they were married still. They never technically got divorced.
oh, well then that's
Yeah.
then the answer is yes.
So yes.
I am not a child of divorce.
Right. No. But like you said, I think that's why I think it's important to have the conversation about like being gay and just being adults and being with our families. I think sometimes we don't allow my mom made me realize that she had to go through her own
experience with it. It was new for her too.
It sounds so simple in hindsight, right? Hindsight is always 2020.
When you in that shit, it'd be like, this ain't got shit to do with you.
Right? But it does, right? And my mom talked to my sister's friend one day, and she's like, only thing I can say is this. She's like, I had to sit with it. She's like, I had to go through my own process with it. She's like, I had to realize that everything I wanted for him changes now. And me and my mom, my mom making this confession led to a great conversation with her and I, where she like, my ideas of grandkids, him getting married, me seeing him married, all these things, like those things just may not be what he wants. She's like, and I had to make the choice: do I love my son, or do I lose him? She's like, and I'd rather. She like, do I agree with the way he lives his life? She's like, no, but it's not my life to
my
live.
mama say to this day will say no. This is not what I want for you or would have wanted for you. But my mama loves. You can't tell her that
Cedric
Michael ain't her son and Cedric ain't her son. And
in I will say this person's name. My mom was, and she was just, I had to, she like, and me and my mom had a conversation. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? I said, I still want kids. I still want to get married. She's like, oh, she's like, 'cause I want to be a grandmama.
Like, you making stuff up, girl. I never told you I ain't want kids like, or to be married.
And she said, oh, okay. Well, hurry up, get to it. I said, mama. Which is why I do say, when I was with Billy, one of my saddest things that I think in hindsight is kind of weird to kind of navigate, still processing losing my mom. And I do wish that I was in a different space to navigate that relationship very differently. But it's one of those things of like, Mama, I found it. Like in that time, in that moment when I was with him, I was like, Mama, I found it. Like, you wanted to see me get married. Like it would have been possible at that time with that person potentially. You know what I mean? And when I was in the
that was, we talk shit. Me and somebody else who we used to run in a group with, we was like, after y'all had went through all of the stuff y'all had went through, it was like, this the same shit niggas go through when y'all might as well get married. Like you get the trauma shit out the way before the marriage, and then put the relationship under covenant after it's healed.
Yeah, my trauma was too much even for me. So I don't think anyone should have had to deal with me in that space, to be honest.
Oh, I definitely agree.
I'm gonna pull every piece of hair off strand by fucking strand. No,
definitely agree.
But I say all that to say that, like, when I think about us being queer men and Black men and being with family, it's that conversation, that moment, like my mom saying that to me and you saying your mom saying that something similar to you, is like, I think we don't realize that our families also have to have their own transition, their own process with what it means for them, whether it's from ignorance or just what they thought they knew of you,
or fear. Because a lot of times,
my mom had fear that I never thought about.
Yeah, like, what if something happened to you? Because I remember I asked my mom, so, I went to a PWI in Iowa, and they had us.
That's predominantly white institution.
Okay. So we had like, I was the president of the GSA. I don't even remember what it was called, but One of the
a gay association?
the gay straight. Yeah, I'm always the president of some
Some
sort of
gay shit.
organization
Got
that
it.
be doing some shit. Yeah, I fight for the people until
The people
whenever.
start acting stupid.
You hear me? But we had a series where we watched what's the boy name? Matthew somebody in Washington, white boy who got jumped and murdered. He was brutally murdered.
I cannot remember the
Matthew
name, but
Shepard. Is it Shepard? It might be
it's not
Shepard.
coming to me. But
Me neither. But anyway, so I had, I called my mom and I was like, we just watched this movie because it was educational for me too. I was like, I just seen this movie and because now his mom travels and speaks on, violence against the
queer people.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I asked my mom, I was like, if something like that happened to me or if I was
In
killed,
true Robert fashion,
I was like, would you go on like a tour and
Tour.
start speaking? She talked about some, no.
no.
I said,
Have you met your mama?
I said, what do you mean no? She said, Rob, I would be in jail. I can't
right.
go-
Have you met your mama? I don't know if you've met your mother for real, Robert.
She a little
Because she does not strike me as to go on tour and be empathetic and be telling people that they need to look out for their babies.
kill him. Revenge. The Lord was taking too long. So
Listen, that is the mother that I met. Because listen, your mama saw me at y'all at that brunch. It was like,
when
I had my hat on,
oh,
she was like,
so extra. Alex be talking so much shit about her, talking about some. It's her.
Because that's what she
And he
did.
said, he says I do it too, and I done caught myself doing it, and I be getting cussed out. They be like, just say what the fuck you gonna say because I know that means something. It just means I'm just processing.
I can't remember exactly what your mama said, but I remember laughing about that the entire weekend.
Who knows?
Because she was like, "Why you put this on?"
So
But as we are going to wrap this up, I do have some questions.
okay.
So one question?
Or are they rapid fire? That would be fun. It really wouldn't because I'd smoke.
No.
So no.
No. What do you think? So your relationship with your family now, would you consider that to be good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got told recently that I'm the family therapist, but I think it's just because
yes.
I'm the one who went away and actually is doing the work, and it's evident with people who've known me and seen me throughout my entire life. Like, oh, he's still gonna talk shit. He's still shady, but he's doing some work for real, for real.
Have you ever heard the saying that God gives you the kid that you're supposed to have?
Yeah, I just heard it right now. You said it.
Okay, great. I love that. Look at you, ears. What that says to me is like, there's a fool. Like, I would have to send it to you, but ultimately, the message is when God sends you a certain kid to do certain things, it's because there's certain lessons as a parent and as a person that you may need to learn and know. And I'm starting to have this idea that this resilience and space that queer boys and queer people have in their families' lives is to break cycles of lack of love and affection and certain things that don't exist in a lot of Black families at times. Because to hear you say that, I feel very similar. Like I'm categorized in certain family members as a little big brother.
Cedric and I we were in the pool a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling him, I started crying. I was because I've been all in my emotional bag, but I was telling him, I was like, oh my goodness, like our love is going to transcend generations to come, and I was like, and the fact that we are a gay couple speaks volumes, and it's going to, like you said, shatter these foolish ideologies because of our love. And I was like, oh, I call him my little eternity now.
I love that. That's so cute. No, I think, and I do think that that's what some of us are here for in our Black ass families with these Black ass experiences. Because even in my family, I've pushed my family all the time, and not in a bad way, but I push them emotionally all the time.
Just
like,
grow up.
Like one of my siblings and I, we don't communicate as of right now. Of the day of recording of this, her and I don't communicate, and people are probably like, everyone's like, well, why not? I was like, because she's too explosive. I was like, she comes into our lives, be cool, then she explodes. She helped me realize what I used to do, and when we were all still cool, when I was still with my ex, how I would do these things where I would get mad, and then I'm blaming everybody for things that I'm mad at maybe him about. I watched my sister do that with us constantly, right? Her and my sister got into an argument about something super minor, Beyonce's hair color of all things.
It is honey blonde.
It was a conversation of like saying
B17.
whether Beyonce was bleaching her skin or not. And my sister, Danisha, was like, no, as a licensed cosmetologist, like, like certain hair colors will make you appear lighter on camera, blah, 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 certain thing. And my sister Danielle,
Like, I'm probably gonna be invisible with this yellow ass shirt on.
right. Hey, Arthur. And my sister Danielle, the Sag, strong willed as well. It was like, no, she bleaching. And my sister and it's like, well, why won't nobody listen to me? I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all think I'm stupid. And it just spiraled into this thing, right? And ultimately that led to her going on live saying a bunch of stuff.
Is she
like
the baby?
The baby girl.
My little sister, you just have to ignore them. My little sister's the same way.
Yeah.
And we and the other siblings, we just laugh at her because we be like, she go on Facebook and be blasting everybody. My family ain't shit, and they do da 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 da. And we be laughing because it'd be like a whole time the bitch just put that up there because we ain't want to go to the store for her or something
Like
stupid. And it's like
stupid.
It's an entitlement thing with the babies. You just have to be like, girl.
Yeah. So she does that, and I was just like, the last time she did it, something happened. I don't even know the full story. Like what happened. Some words were shared on Facebook. Next thing I know, she was asking me for something. I was like, to pick up something for my crib. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, come get it. I was like, I know this girl way too well. Something happened. So I go do my little research. I was like, girl, not you mad about this. And then she come up, I was like, she like, well, don't none of y'all fuck with me. I was like, I've never said that to you. What do you know what? Go ahead and live your life, baby. You have a good time. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna keep doing this. Every time one person do something, you mad at everybody. I ain't even said nothing to you. I've been nothing but in your corner our entire lives. And watching her do that made me realize that I was doing that. Right?
It's a family trait.
No, it's not. It was it's her, me, then it's my little brother. It's the last three, I think.
Oh.
And I got middle child syndrome and some other shit in there too. But ultimately, I say all to say like
middle child. You at the end.
But I'm in the middle of the baby boy and the baby girl. I was definitely the forgotten child.
You better claim your
my siblings
they don't even know my name sometimes.
No, my siblings and I talked about like, they're like, no, you actually kind of were like, I was literally forgot a lot. Like my mom took everybody to Six Flags. She took everybody to Six Flags. She was halfway from Rockford to where I think Six Flags was in Gurney. I don't know how far that is, but my mom was about more than halfway there before realizing I wasn't in the car. I'm in the doorway at 6 years old, crying my eyes out because I couldn't say my M's. So I was telling Belinda, because she was the only one in the house still, because everybody else in the car with my mama on their way to Six Flags.
That is funny.
Or when I was like 14, my sister came into some money.
Kevin!
Right. My sister came into some extra money, took everybody to like Red Lobster or somewhere. She like, we couldn't find you. I was like, I was at the park. It's open. What do you mean you didn't see me?
Oh no.
Like I was always left.
I was always seen.
Yeah, of course.
As the oldest, and again, because I'm the star of my show in my head. So
as you should be.
And I just told them, like, I really don't know. And I'm getting to know more of my family. And I love it. It's a beautiful thing, like getting to see them and we're developing. That's why when he was like community, I was like, I'm new to this shit. I'm just not building back with these niggas. They got stories about me, kind of like you meeting me at this alleged house and couch you sat on. Okay. Sure, if you say I was there, but I'm like that with my family too. Like,
but it's like that.
At that Thanksgiving.
The disassociation is real, right? But for the sake of time, and I've really enjoyed this because as we do, we can talk for like the next 3 or 4 hours about this topic and find new pieces of it, right? But I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for having this conversation with me. I hope
thank you for having me.
That people listen to this and they realize like all of our experiences being Black gay men with our Black families is different, but they all don't have to be traumatic. Like my mom and my siblings and I are great. My saddest moment is that when I do get married, my mother won't be able to be there physically. She'll be there in spirit because she go bless it. But we get to be.
Yeah.
Right? So thank you. Is there anything you want to say to the people? Also, wait, we have to make sure we give a shameless plug. Because this young man is opening a restaurant in October. Tell the people about that before we leave, and then we're going to wrap this up. You go. Okay. Do it.
We have our grand opening October 18th, Mimi's Cajun Cafe, located in 3rd Ward here in Houston. We are a cloud kitchen, so we are going to be on all major delivery platforms. So be sure to grab a plate. support, spread the word. Even if you are not in Houston, we are offering donation plates as well because we do believe in community service. So
Yes.
if you'd like to make a purchase, please, we have a contact page on our website, www.mimi's Cajun Cafe and Catering.com. You can send us a message and let us know that, the donation plate is something that you would be looking to do, and we will definitely get that taken care of for you.
Oh, okay, Coach Rob. That was a mouthful. We gonna
I
get that
know.
to the people. But thank you, cousin, for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you are on the YouTube, yes, the YouTube. And I will see y'all again in another 2 weeks with another episode with another great person. Peace.